Hey, hey, hey. Time for another out-of-this-world story from our space. Spouse is hiding conversation with a very close friend. Me and wife are married for 10 plus years in the US. 2 kids, young less than 7. We have been having good marriage overall so far. Usual ups and downs. We stay in the state where wife has spent almost all of her life. She developed very close friendships during her college days. Of those friends, wife is very, very close to 3 of them. Let's call them R, female, H, male, and X, male. X and R are brother and sister. H and R are husband and wife. Now, during college time, wife had some short-term relationship with X, and that got over, or not, before graduation. X moved out of the US 10 years back. H and R and us used to live very close by in the same state. We used to hang out every weekend and used to have the best of times. H and R decided to move out of the US to help X with business about 5 to 6 years back. Wife has been very close friends of R. Since H and R moved out of the US, wife has not made any such close friends after they left, which has reflected on her life in many ways. Keeping in short, in past 6 months, all R, H, and X decided to move back to US. R and H have 2 kids, similar age to ours, and X is now married to J and have 2 kids too, similar age to ours. So, as soon as the news came, my wife has become genuinely happy about her friends returning. They are doing some gradual moves, where H and X are moving here first. Find, set up a place to live, then moms move with the kids. So, X came to the US about 2 months back. Came to see us, and we offered him to stay for a few days until he finds a place or decides which day they want to settle down. 3 weeks back, H came down and they, HR and XJ, decided to stay in a different state, since H already found a job there. Last week, we requested both H and X come to join us for the 4 or 5 days at our home. We could spend time together and relive some old fun times. H and X joined us. During this time around, I felt very strong vibes going on between X and my wife. Leading up to the time H and X arrived, my wife shopped around, got her hair done, etc. I was not expecting anything, but last Friday morning, I walked into the room where X was and noticed my wife was giving him a hug, while X was on the bed. X was sitting on the bed with a laptop and was trying to take an online class. As soon as I walked in, they were surprised and X said, "Could you please check my temp? I'm feeling feverish." And my wife played along to check. This incident threw all red flags at me. I did not talk about this incident with my wife right away. However, it was bothering me. Between Friday and Saturday, none of them, wife or X, came up to me to explain the situation. However, both acted very alerted. H and X left on Sunday morning to drive up to the state they are settling down. Sunday afternoon, I confronted my wife about the incident. She mentions that she was just giving friendly hug to X. I asked, "Why on the bed?" To which she accepted that maybe on bed it was wrong, and it leads me to think whatever I'm thinking. I also told her that I felt very strong vibes between you and X, and at times, I felt that I was not needed around at certain times during the stay. Wife denies there is nothing going on. I tell wife, only thing I can do is accept her word that nothing is going on at this point. H and X reach their destination state by Sunday evening. Sunday evening I confront wife, again, that she is still in constant contact with X. Wife denies. I can see messages going back and forth and wife keeps deleting them. Wife claims that confrontation between me and her is only between us. But all has been communicated to X to see how to deal with the situation. Monday, I confront wife again, saying I strongly feel I'm being lied to. Wife denies and keeps stand there is nothing. I again ask if they both are in touch in any shape or form. Wife mentions that X called to inform something and that is about it. But, in morning, back and forth messages are going on and getting deleted. Wife is clearly hiding contact and discussion with X. Not sure what else might be in this can of worms. Any support, thoughts, suggestions on how to navigate further? I plan to give last and final chance tomorrow to come out clean and back and forth messaging and being in touch. P.S. All confrontation includes lots of tears. Update 1. So, I was able to get insights into some of the deleted stuff. Not all. But, that some shows me that X is constantly guiding wife to hold stand that nothing happened. Asks her to keep repeating. Give more attention to me. Not talk to him too much, etc. Keeps reassuring things will settle down in time. And we, X and wife, will make it right. I was also able to confirm that wife tried calling X twice. But at the time, he was not available. X calls back after a few hours and they have about a 3-minute convo, talking about what all my wife has tried telling me, and I'm not getting fully convinced. My wife also asks X to check with someone if deleted messages can be retrieved, etc. At this point, I'm certain that hiding is for a bigger reason. Not certain about physical, but emotional is certain. Also, web of lies is never small. If there is so much effort being put into hiding something, not sure what the box of chocolate contains. Now, I have to figure out what I do. I have been a nice guy all my life. That nice guy tendencies kicks in. There are 2 key points. 1. Kids. Too young currently. 2. Wife. As I have known her for 10 years, her existing medical conditions will explode, leading to further mental and physical distress. All of this while she will be trying to deal with everything all alone. X will emotionally support, maybe, but X will not give up family for wife. I'm certain about that. But there was a boundary that was crossed consciously. I can't put these 2 and 2 together. Update 2. Lots of roller coaster today. But towards the end of this, it gets so ridiculous that I started to laugh and feel liberated from my nice guy tendencies of making every effort to keep this relationship. As mentioned earlier, I have access to messages being exchanged. They keep deleting the messages, so I'm not able to capture all of them. During the day, calls and messages go back and forth. And from one of the messages, it seems X is trying to convince wife to not keep in touch to save the marriage. Wife clearly responds with, she can't let go of both. Wife mentions that she cannot just shut down her feelings for X. At some point, wife puts blame on X too. Twice. 1. If X had not put them together in the past, during college days, they would not have been in this situation. 2. Later in the evening, again tells X he should not have come to the US and gone to some other country to settle, and this would not have been the situation. Lots of back and forth. Not sure I have access to calls. X keeps convincing wife to show me love, affection, and attention, and not keep in contact with him. Regardless, here is the juicy part and most liberating for me. Following what X is guiding wife to do, wife's way of talking changes, and she tries to show affection. At a point in late afternoon, before I wrap up work, COVID, work from home. While I'm working, wife wraps her arms around me and does some lovey-dovey talk. I was engrossed in the work email I was typing, but forgot to completely hide their messages I was monitoring. After a minute or two, wife questions, "Why are my messages showing on your screen?" I adjusted and gave her control of my laptop to assure her that there is nothing. She questions and I tell her there is nothing, as well as show her everything on the laptop that is open. Nothing. I needed to step out right after for kids' activity and picking up dinner. Messages and maybe calls happen between wife and X while I'm gone. Wife leaves only messages that shows that they are talking about me having misunderstanding about them. As soon as I return, wife asks again about her messages on my laptop. I tell her yes, those were her messages. Wife asks why. I say because you are clearly hiding what is going on. Wife takes this in, digests this a bit. While kids are hungry, we all sit down to have dinner. Wife still processing. Some tears. Wife asks, "So what did you find?" I say you have been deleting messages, so I don't know. Now wife digests this too. Finishes dinner quickly and starts back and forth messages. I did not have a view, but am sure the message late in the night and have deleted and kept only what I need to see. Also, wife has started taking an angry stand towards me, for me invading her privacy. Wife has been using anger forever to gain control, in each and every situation. This whole episode has actually helped me make a firm decision that it's only kids and me now. It is so amazing to notice that people, X and wife, in such situations just follows a script and the fogged vision blocks so much for them to see. Let's get some reaction from the community. Disastrous Draft 4717 has a lot to say. Spouses should not hug ex-boyfriends on a bed when no one is home. Weird as F, or more likely suspicious as F. Honest people don't delete conversations. She is definitely hiding something. So you can go confront her or set her up. It looks like she can't be honest, so you need to figure out what is going on. There are so many red flags with the situation, I can't begin to unpack. What tips the scale is that she deletes the text to hide that she still is in contact with him while lying to your face. Happily married people don't act this way. So if she has an iPhone, go into the subreddit Surviving Infidelity, and many people post you can bring up deleted messages on an old iPhone, iPad, or cloud. I'm not tech savvy. Also, you can check your phone bill to see how often they text. That subreddit can tell you all type of ways to catch a cheater. Put an nanny cam in the bedrooms, voice-activated recorders for the car, and some kind of app that allows you to hack your phone. Again, I don't know how it works, but the people in that subreddit know how and will send you information on how to do most of this. Personally, I would hire a PI. They can find everything out much quicker than doing it yourself. Once you get the information, then you can decide what you want to do. But whether there is actual cheating physically would be irrelevant to me in some degree. The hiding of the phone and deleting texts is a boundary that is not acceptable for a spouse to cross. This alone would make me request couples therapy, especially since kids are involved. If you don't want to do any of the above, check your phone while she is sleeping. I hate the whole check the phone while they are sleeping BS. I should not have to check a damn phone. But unfortunately, there are too many red flags. I could be making a mountain out of a molehill, but I don't think so, and your spidey senses don't either. I would do all of this on the DL, because if it goes south, you want to know your legal position before you confront her. This behavior affects not only you, but your kids. What if one of the kids has seen that crap? If she is cheating emotionally or physically or both, this would be a deal breaker for me. The lies and cheating are too much baggage to work through. Good luck, OP. Update 3. My DL was blown off yesterday and I came clean mentioning what I was looking at. Update 2 covers all of what happened till yesterday. Yesterday, I think after I went to bed, wife had back and forth messages with ex and she walked out of the bedroom saying our marriage is done anyways. Comes back after a couple hours and sleeps in the same bed as me. I can feel she is having a sleepless night and the same here. Today, I think in morning, she had a bit of talk with ex and ex is trying to help her with how to navigate this and stay on nothing happened and what she could do. Like, show me more affection, show me more love, come close to me, etc., etc. Saying men like attention and whatnot, and she should keep saying that it's all in my head. So, wife comes to me while I'm working and just hugs me, cries a lot, and says sorry for anything that I have in mind and nothing happened. All this while she has never even brought up once that she will give up talking to or a relationship with ex. Kids are around too, so we find time and place to talk. In today's talk, wife confronts me about reading her messages and me lying to her. I let her know that if I do not know the truth, I will try to find it. She called me out on reading her messages and I actually showed her how I was doing, how to stop it, and in the future, what she should be careful of, and how she can find out if someone is reading her messages or not. Anyways, my DL is blown and I'm not reading any more of her messages. I know enough from the past 2 or 3 days and our confrontations that she's protecting her emotional checkout with ex like a dragon. I have very strong suspicions that physical checkout has also happened. If not full deed. Definitely cuddling, hugging, etc., etc. I have informed her that the kids and myself is my priority, and how all that works out, I still need to figure out. Lots of tears, sad and angry outbursts, etc. When I brought up that it's kids and me only, I still mentioned that we cannot live without friends, etc., etc., and tried to justify that her staying in touch with ex will be justified. On confronting her about she is deleting her messages, she agreed she deletes some stuff, after bringing up 3 times. But it's all silly forwards and stuff. On further pushing her, she mentioned one more category she deletes, and which is okayed by me. But, even after me saying our relationship is over, she did not bring up the key ones that she is deleting. I told her, if I want and if you give me your phone, I would try to find what you deleted. Alligator tears. After my first confrontation, she actually asked ex, will you still keep in contact or not? To which ex replies, absolutely. Any help and support is appreciated. For now, I need to stay strong on my ground that it's kids and me only. I don't know how I'm going to navigate this. Any help, guidance, advice is appreciated. What would kids and me only need? Kids being so young, living separate would shatter them. I also need to keep my nice guy tendencies in check, because the nice guy in me is going to get me on soft side and forgive all this and do a new start. I just don't want to do that. What limited time and energy I have left, I want to put those towards kids and myself. Some reaction from the community. Kanak says, saying her marriage is done anyways. That sentence just killed me. She already left you in her mind and only came back because ex told her to. Not because she wanted to come back, not because she wanted to stay with you. She only did it because ex told her to. It is time that you show her that the Mr. Nice Guy times are over and that you don't allow anyone to treat you like second best. Tell her that after she told you that the marriage is done anyway, that you don't see how she could come back from that. Her desire to stay in close contact with ex only shows further how much she is done with his marriage, and that you know that if ex tells her to end the marriage or to come over and drop her clothes, that she will do that in a heartbeat. That is not the kind of marriage you want, so you will meet with a lawyer. Then, make an appointment with a lawyer and find out what a divorce would look like for you. Maybe that will show her that you don't allow anyone to treat you in that way. To further show her how much trust you lost in her, you should also tell her that you will go to a doctor and get tested for STDs because you think that they also had sex. Then do exactly that. Meet with a lawyer and go to a doctor. Sleep in a separate bedroom and let her react to what you do. If she reacts with anger, then meet that with indifference and tell her that her reaction shows how much she cares for X, how little she cares about you, and how right you are by doing what you are doing. You are worth so much more than to be treated this way. The OP responds, "You are spot on." It's only now she realizes what happens if I find out. Now, officially, she cannot be with X and I told her kids and meet. So, now what about family, social circles, parents, etc., etc.? Thoughts are coming to her mind. Still, fighting to not give up the friendship. Yes, I already told her that I will not be treated like an extra person or a doormat. And then I have to keep repeating my decision in a blunt way. But a lot of tears and being nice to me, showing affection, care, etc., etc. is happening. As I said in one of my previous comments, I need to stay strong. Sometimes I mellow down. If she reacts with anger, then meet that with indifference and tell her that her reaction shows how much she cares for X, how little she cares about you, and how right you are by doing what you're doing. I need to keep implementing this over and over.